Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a close look at the sources you sent in, specifically excerpts from your writing, My Twin Brother John. And our goal here really is to explore this theme you've got running through it about, the journey to inner truth.
Right, and these moments you call sparks, these experiences that light the way.
Exactly. Sparks.
Mm.
And what makes this, well, particularly interesting is that you're an identical twin. Your writing seems to suggest that connection might play a real role in this whole self-discovery process.
It's fascinating material, and Zoran's perspective you shared that inner truth is the most vast, most mysterious territory that really sets a tone, doesn't it?
It does. It shifts it away from, like, a problem to solve outside yourself.
Yeah, it becomes an inner landscape, an exploration. If you take that as a starting point, how does that maybe change how you approach finding, personal clarity?
Well, it feels less like hunting for something out there and more like finding something that's already part of you, already within.
Uncovering it, maybe.
Exactly. Uncovering. And Zoran's image of sparks, not a constant light, but these bursts, these flashes of understanding.
Illuminating the path.
Yeah. Thinking about your own life, can you pinpoint a moment, maybe something seemingly small, that suddenly felt like one of those sparks, like a sudden insight?
It makes you reconsider everyday events, doesn't it? And Zoran brings in the twin aspect here, too, which is quite unique.
Right. He talks about it not just biologically, but as a kind of cosmic connection.
Echoes of a deeper unity. That's his phrase. It's quite poetic.
It is. So if we go with that idea for a moment, does it suggest that maybe twins experience these sparks or even just the whole inner journey differently, maybe more resonantly?
That's the question, isn't it? Is there something in your writing, maybe an instance where that connection with John feels, well, almost tangible in how you both were seeking understanding, even separately?
That's definitely something to think about. Like maybe that shared resonance acts as a sort of internal compass, pointing in similar directions, perhaps even down different roads. And then you bring in that Prem Rawat quote.
Ah, yes. Be a disciple of experience.
Not the dusty scrolls of dogma or the airy castles of theory. It really pulls everything down to earth, doesn't it, into our actual lived lives.
Absolutely. It says being human is experience. That's the core of it, navigating it, making sense of it.
And when you put that next to Socrates saying, know thyself,
It elevates self-knowledge, doesn't it? It's not just thinking about yourself. It's presented as the peak experience, the most profound one we can aim for, a direct encounter.
and your writing gives us these really lovely early examples, Grandmother Josie, for instance.
She sounds like quite a character.
Yeah, this feeling of ancient wisdom, and you describe her looking like Santa Claus's wife, just radiating sincerity.
That's a wonderful image.
And her simple message, God is always within you. It feels like such a gentle early pointer towards that inner search. A little nudge.
A nudge, yes. Not a doctrine, just a simple pointer. It makes you wonder if that awareness, that quiet knowing you mentioned, isn't something you learn, but something you, well, wake up to.
Like it bypassed the thinking part and just landed.
Exactly. Spoke to an inner sense that was maybe already there. Did that resonate right away for you, or did it take time to sort of sink in?
Oh, it was definitely a seed planted. Something I carried even if I didn't, fully get it back then. And then there's that other memory, the Bob's Big Boy adventure with Uncle Bill.
The martial arts masks.
Yes. And shouting, take me to your leader. Such a fun childhood thing.
But Zoran's interpretation puts a different spin on it.
Right. He sees it as this early, maybe unconscious search for an inner teacher, seeking guidance even in play.
It's amazing how deep those childhood moments can run, and the metaphor he uses, the inner lantern.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, the idea that a real teacher doesn't just give you answers, they help you light your own lantern, find your own inner light.
It shifts the power, doesn't it?
Yeah.
From relying on someone outside to finding the wisdom inside. How does that metaphor sit with you, thinking about your own teachers or mentors?
It really emphasizes internal discovery over external authority.
Yeah, it really clicks for me too. It's not about following blindly. It's about activating your own ability to see, which brings us back to Zoran saying that without these sparks, these illuminations,
Life lacks meaning. That's a strong statement.
it is. But it highlights how important those moments of insight are. They give depth, direction. Can you recall a time when one of those sparks just completely shifted things for you, opened up a whole new way of seeing?
Those moments are often unexpected, aren't they? And the story then shifts quite dramatically with your brother's experience in France.
Ah, yes. The near drowning.
You're reading his letter about it in Mexico with your friend Tom O'Leary, and you describe this intense feeling, this energetic connection, sending him support for his trip to India.
It was powerful, very real.
It really speaks to that twin connection, doesn't it? This kind of invisible link, even across huge distances during such a critical time for him.
Definitely. It felt like our journeys were connected on some level, even though we were doing completely different things, continents apart.
And you frame his breakthrough, his finding his inner self, as the ultimate spark, the thing that really propelled you towards seeking self-knowledge
It
yourself.
was, yeah, the catalyst.
And this feeling you mention of a divine presence from way back, from childhood, not as something brand new, but a return, like coming back to something fundamental.
A return to what was always meant to be, is how I put it.
Yeah, it suggests it wasn't about adopting beliefs, but rediscovering something innate already there.
Exactly, and focusing on it as pure experience, beyond words, beyond dogma.
Yeah,
Just there.
yeah.
Always.
Which ties in perfectly with that other Zoran quote you included.
The one about dogma.
Yes. Dogma is a cage built of words. Experience is the key that unlocks the universe within.
It just cuts right through it, doesn't it?
It really does. A very concise way to put it. It's about the direct encounter, not the inherited description.
And Zoran offers something practical too, this dragon trial. Finding the inner lantern.
The 6 steps.
Yeah, finding quiet breathing, turning inward to the heart, feeling for peace or energy.
And just acknowledging what's there, not forcing anything.
Right. Simple acknowledgement. And then trying to carry that awareness through the day.
What I appreciate about those steps is they're accessible. It's not some complex, intimidating practice. It's about cultivating moments of presence.
And the questions he adds are helpful too, like, was it hard to quiet your mind? What did you notice? How might it change interactions?
It encourages you to actually engage with it, to observe yourself in the process, become an active explorer of that inner space.
So wrapping things up a bit, we've really touched on the power of personal experience as the ultimate guide, this idea of inner truth being there to be uncovered.
And the role of those starks, those moments of illumination.
Definitely. And seeing it all through this unique lens of your connection with your twin brother, John.
And underpinning it all is Zoran's consistent message, look within. The answers aren't in external rules or theories, but in that vast and mysterious territory inside.
So maybe a final thought for you as you continue exploring.
Right.
What if you played with Zoran's dragon trial? Just intentionally try to be aware of that inner spark, maybe just for a few moments each day.
See what emerges.
Exactly. See what emerges. And maybe reflect on how that deep shared origin you have with your brother, how that might continue to shape or illuminate this inner landscape for both of you. It's certainly a rich path to keep walking.